All right, so we're back, and it's week whatever it is in this crazy season, and we got to talk about Mahomes, right? We're not just talking stats here. We're going to do a deep dive.
Yeah.
We're talking Mahomes 2.0.
Mahomes 2.0.
We got this great article
Yep.
that really breaks down how he's evolved as a player.
Yeah. It's interesting
Fascinating read.
because you're talking about a guy who's already a 2-time MVP.
Right.
A guy with a cannon for an arm.
Oh, right.
Could make any throw on the field look effortless.
Oh, yeah.
But you look at the numbers this year,
Yeah.
and they're not as flashy as we're used to seeing.
Right.
And so some people might look at that and think, oh, he's lost a step.
Yeah.
But I think what we're seeing is a guy who's taken his game to another level.
Okay, so let's take it back to those early Mahomes days.
Right.
When he kind of, first burst on the scene.
Yeah.
Remember that, gunslinger mentality?
Yeah.
It's like he was always looking for that big play,
Right.
chucking it deep every chance he got.
It was electrifying.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it was like every snap was a potential highlight reel moment.
Right.
But you know what? Defenses started to catch on.
Right.
They realized, hey, if we can just prevent that big play,
Right.
Mahomes might force something and make a mistake.
And that's what he kind of addresses in this article.
Right.
He even says, quote,
Yeah.
when I was younger, I wanted to throw it deep every time.
Yeah.
But now you could really see that shift in his mindset.
Yeah.
It's about finding that balance,
Taking what the defense gives him.
taking what the defense gives him,
Making the smart play.
making that smart play.
It's like the difference between
Yeah.
a young rookie who's trying to prove himself
Right.
and a seasoned veteran
Yep.
who understands the game
Totally.
on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Defenses had to adapt to Mahomes' early success, and that's forced him to evolve. He is no longer just relying on that rocket arm.
Right.
He's become a master of those shorter, more efficient throws.
It's funny you say that
Yeah.
because Andy Reid,
Yep.
Big Red himself,
Yeah.
recently described Mahomes as like a coach on the field.
Wow.
That's pretty high praise from
Yeah,
a guy
that's
who's seen it all.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's not just lip service either.
Right.
That statement speaks volumes
Right.
about Mahomes' mental growth as a quarterback.
Right.
We're not just seeing the physical gifts anymore. We're seeing the mental side of the game.
Yeah.
He's reading defenses pre-snap,
Yeah.
recognizing coverages, adjusting plays at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like he's playing chess out there.
And we can't forget about the Chiefs' defense this season.
True.
They really stepped up their game considerably,
Yeah,
which takes some of the pressure off Mahomes.
for sure.
He doesn't feel like he has to carry the entire team on his shoulders
Yeah.
every single play.
You see that trust
Yep.
in his teammates, in the system.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to force plays anymore because he knows his defense is going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
It's a true sign of maturity and leadership,
It really is.
to have that confidence in your team,
Absolutely.
to know that they're going to have your back,
Totally.
and that allows him to play
Yeah.
a little bit more freedom, a little bit more creativity. And I
great.
think that's what we're seeing this year is that he's able to kind of let loose a little bit
Yeah.
and not have to be,
Right.
the hero every single play.
Right.
He can trust his teammates to make plays.
Totally.
And I think
That's
it's a big part of
Yeah.
why he's been so successful.
Yeah. I think that's a great point.
And
And it's something that I think a lot of people overlook, when they're talking about
yeah,
Mahomes' success this year.
right,
They just look at the stats.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, well, his numbers are down.
right,
But they don't realize
yeah.
that he's actually playing
He could
a much smarter, more efficient game.
More efficient.
And that's ultimately what's leading to more wins.
That's what's going to win championships.
Exactly.
You can have all the stats in the world, but
Right.
if you're not winning games,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't matter.
And I think Mahomes understands that.
And you can see that evolution
Yeah.
in his game.
Absolutely.
And it's something that I think is really exciting to watch,
It is.
as a fan of the game,
It's
to see a player
take this way
like Mahomes
His stage.
at this stage so talented
in his career
continue to evolve,
to be better,
you know,
willing to adapt
and to really kind of,
and change his game
change his game.
to fit the
Yeah.
needs of the team.
Absolutely. It's
Mhm.
pretty special.
That's what separates
It is.
the good from the great,
It really does.
And I think Mahomes is well on his way
Yeah.
to
Pretty
being
special.
one of the greats.
He is. And
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so it's going to be interesting to see
Yeah.
how the rest of this season plays out.
oh, absolutely.
Can he continue
Yeah.
this level of play?
Right.
Can he lead the Chiefs
Yeah.
to another Super Bowl?
Yeah. It's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
All right. So
So, all right. So let's,
we talked about that early Mahomes.
yeah.
that gunslinger mentality.
Gunslinger.
And we've talked about how he's kind of evolved and become more of a game manager.
Or mature quarterback.
But let's talk about what that actually looks like on the field.
Okay.
You know?
Let's break it down.
Let's break it down.
Yeah.
Let's get into the specifics of how he's actually changed his game.
All right. So let's start with his pre-snap reads.
Okay.
You know, this is something that I think is really separating him from a lot of other quarterbacks in the league.
Okay.
He's doing a phenomenal job of diagnosing defenses before the snap.
So he's looking at the defense.
He's looking at the alignment. He's looking at the safeties. He's looking at the linebackers.
Right.
He's trying to get a sense of what coverage they're in.
Okay.
And then based on that, he's able to, you know, either check to a different play or adjust the play that they're already in.
So he's basically like a coach on the field.
He is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's like having Andy Reid like in his helmet.
Right there in his helmet, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a huge advantage.
It's huge
for the Chiefs offense.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it allows them to always be one step ahead of the defense.
And that's what you see,
you know,
with the great quarterbacks.
Right.
Right.
The guys who
are always one step ahead.
Can see the game before it happens.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
what Mahomes is doing.
What Mahomes is doing, he's seeing things that other quarterbacks aren't seeing.
Totally.
And that's what's making him so successful.
Okay, so we've talked about the pre-snap reads, but let's talk about what happens after the snap.
Okay.
You know?
Let's talk about his decision making.
His decision making in the pocket.
Because this is another area where we've seen a lot of growth from Mahomes, you know? Yeah. Early in his career, he was known for kind of extending plays, trying to make something happen out of nothing.
Right.
But now he's much more willing to take what the defense gives him. Well, if they're giving him the check down, he's going to take the check down.
He's going to take it.
You know, he's not going to try to force a big play down the field if it's not there. And I think that's a sign of his maturity.
It's huge.
You know, he's understanding that sometimes the best play is the simple play. You know, just take the completion, move the chains, and keep the offense moving.
And that's what's leading to more sustained drives.
Exactly. And more points.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you don't have to score on every play.
Right.
You just got to keep the chains moving.
And it's what
Mahomes is doing.
We're going to find the end zone.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a really interesting evolution.
It's a different way of playing the quarterback position.
And he's doing it,
you know,
at such a high level.
He is.
It's impressive.
It's very impressive.
It is.
You know, and it's fun to watch.
It is.
You know,
it is.
It's fun to watch a guy who's so talented and so skilled, but also so smart.
Right.
And so
it's a combination of
cerebral
about the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's the whole package.
He's not just a physical freak.
It's not just the arm.
You know, he's got the mind to go with it.
He's got it all.
And that's what makes him so special.
Okay. So we've talked about the pre-snap reads. We've talked about
the decision making.
Yeah. But let's talk about another aspect of his game.
All right.
That's really evolved.
What's that?
And that's his leadership.
Okay.
You know, early on.
Yeah.
You know, he was kind of the young guy. You know, trying to prove himself, but now he's really stepped into that leadership role.
He's the face of the franchise.
Oh yeah.
He's
the guy.
The undisputed leader.
Absolutely.
Of that team.
And you can see it.
And you see it.
In the way he interacts.
The way he carries himself.
With his teammates.
Yeah.
You can see it.
The way he interacts with the media.
Yeah.
You know, he's just got that
presence.
That aura about him.
Yeah, that it's factor.
Yeah. You know, and
that comes with maturity.
It's experience.
It's experience.
It's right.
It's
that's
success.
All of that. You know, and I think
it's something that you can't teach.
No, you can't teach it. You know, it's either there or it's not.
Or you don't.
And Mahomes has it.
And he's got it in spades.
He does.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's a big reason why the Chiefs are so successful.
Absolutely.
You know, because
when you have a leader like that who can rally the troops and get everybody on the same page.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's
a recipe.
That's when special things happen.
For success.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think we're seeing that.
You can see it.
With the Chiefs right now. In Kansas City.
Yeah.
They got something special going on.
They're a team.
They do.
That's on a mission.
Absolutely.
You know?
They are.
And they're led by...
And Mahomes is the leader of that.
Who's just a special talent.
He's special.
You know? He is. He's one of those guys that comes along.
He's one of a kind.
Once in a generation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so we're lucky to be able to witness.
Yeah. To watch him play.
His greatness.
Yeah. It's a privilege.
You know?
It really is.
And so I think we should all appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Soak it in.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
Because it's not going to last forever.
Right.
You know? He's not going to play forever.
No, he's not.
And so, you know.
Yeah, we got to
appreciate it.
Savor every moment. Every moment.
Absolutely.
You know, because this is special.
This is a special time in the NFL.
They're witnessing history.
Yeah.
You know, and
And so let's enjoy it.
Absolutely.
While it lasts.
All right. So we've talked about a lot of different aspects.
A lot of different
of Mahomes' game.
Facets.
You know, the evolution.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that we haven't really touched on yet is how this evolution impacts the rest of the team.
Okay.
You know,
how does it affect the team?
It's not just about Mahomes.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
It's about
the team.
The entire team.
Yeah.
And how
has Mahomes' evolution has impacted the way the rest of the team plays.
Okay.
So let's talk about that.
All right. So let's start with the offense.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
Obviously, Mahomes is the trigger man.
He's the guy.
He's the one that makes everything go.
Right.
But I think the way he's playing now is allowing the other players on offense
to
shine.
To show up, thrive.
Okay. So
well, for example, the running game.
Okay.
You know, early in Mahomes' career, they didn't run the ball a lot.
Right.
Because they didn't have to.
Right. They were throwing it all over the field.
Yeah. But now, with Mahomes taking what the defense gives him, being more patient, the running game has really opened up.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
They're able to run the ball more effectively.
Right.
Because defenses can't just sit back and wait for the pass.
They got to respect the run.
And
so that opens up.
And that opens up the play action game.
Right.
Which Mahomes is a master of. Oh, yeah. And it's not just the running game. It's also the receivers.
You
know, with Mahomes being more patient, they're getting more open looks.
They're getting more opportunities because he's not
forcing the ball into tight coverage.
He's taking what the defense gives him.
And
our
so
receivers
we're able to
get open
more often and make plays. You know? And so it's really
I think a
team effort. It is. Yeah. And Mahomes' evolution is really helping to elevate the play of everyone around.
You know, and it makes a great
quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about...
It's not individual stats.
It's the quarterback. Yeah. It's about making everyone around you better.
Your teammates better.
And Mahomes is doing that.
And he's doing that.
Yeah, he is.
You know, and that's why the Chiefs are so dangerous.
They are a dangerous team.
You know, because they've got...
They got weapons everywhere. And they got a quarterback. Who can get them the ball. In space. Yeah. All right. So we've talked about the offense.
Okay.
But let's talk about how Mahomes' evolution has impacted the defense. You know, because I think
so how has it...
A pretty significant impact.
Back to the defense.
On the defense as well.
Okay.
You know?
So I think Mahomes playing...
With Mahomes playing...
The way he is. Being more patient. Taking care of the ball. Not turning it over.
The
defense doesn't feel as much pressure.
The defense feels less pressure. To have to make...
A big play every single series.
Right.
You know.
Right.
That the offense... To move the ball.
Sustain drives.
And score points.
And so they can just
go out there.
So their game...
Play their game.
And let the offense do its thing.
And so the offense is going to do its job.
And I think that's a big reason. Why the Chiefs' defense.
Has
been so much better.
Has been so much improved.
This year.
You
know?
They're not
having to
force turnover. They're not having to
pick.
Play hero ball.
They can just
go out there.
Play sound, fundamental defense, and let the offense do its thing.
The load.
And that's a
recipe for success.
You know, when you have
an offense
don't get it twisted though.
Right.
This guy is still a competitor.
Oh, yeah.
In the article, he says, quote, "We want to go in and score as many points as possible. I'm not going to act like we don't want to score."
Right.
You know, So he's still got that fire.
Oh, absolutely.
He still wants to put up points.
He wants to win.
But he's doing it within the framework of the team.
Yeah. I mean, it's like he's playing the long game now.
Yeah.
He's not just focused on those immediate, explosive plays.
Right.
He's thinking about how each decision impacts the overall flow of the game.
Yeah.
If you're a fan who loves those highlight reels, you might see a few less 50-yard bombs this season, but you're going to see a whole lot more wins.
And you know what else is interesting?
What's that?
He's embraced the running game.
Oh, yeah.
More than ever.
More than ever.
This is a guy who built his reputation on throwing the ball all over the field.
Right.
And now he's handing it off.
He's handing it off. He's letting those running backs eat.
Yeah.
It's a testament to his growth.
It is.
His willingness to adapt.
Yeah.
He's understanding that sometimes the best play isn't the flashiest one.
Right.
Sometimes it's about, handing the ball off and trusting your running back to grind out those tough yards.
Yeah.
There are defensive coordinators out there who used to lose sleep.
I bet.
Trying to figure out how to stop Mahomes' arm.
Right.
Now they got a whole new problem on their hands.
Right.
Because he's become a multidimensional threat.
He really has turned into a complete quarterback.
He has.
Hasn't he?
He's the total package.
It's not just the arm talent anymore.
Nope.
It's the decision-making.
It's the
leadership.
Understanding of the game.
It's all there.
It's all there.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It is impressive.
It really is.
And it's not just about what Mahomes is doing differently on the field. It's about the ripple effect it has on the entire team.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
When he's playing this way, it elevates everyone around him.
It elevates everybody.
Right.
Think about it this way, okay?
When Mahomes is patient, when he trusts his teammates, when he's not forcing things, the entire offense clicks.
Right.
The running game opens up.
Yep.
The receivers are getting open in space. And suddenly, the Chiefs are a well-oiled machine.
They're humming.
And the defense,
right,
they feed off that energy too.
Absolutely.
They know they don't have to play perfect,
right,
because their quarterback is playing smart and managing the game.
And the crazy thing is...
What's that?
He's only in his 8th season.
Wow.
Think about that for a second. He's already a 2-time MVP.
Right.
A Super Bowl champion. And now he's adding this whole new layer to his game.
Right.
What's he going to look like in 5 years?
Scary to think about. It really is.
It's scary to think about.
We throw around the term generational talent a lot.
I do.
But Mahomes truly embodies that.
Yeah.
He has the potential to go down as one of the all-time greats. And it seems like he's just getting started.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it really does feel like we're watching something special. This Chiefs team is humming.
Yeah.
And with Mahomes at the helm, playing the way he is, like, are there any limits for them?
It's funny you say that. It reminds me of a conversation I had with a coach a few years back.
Yeah.
And he told me, the best quarterbacks aren't the ones who make the flashiest plays.
Right.
They're the ones who make the right plays.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're seeing from Mahomes this year.
Right.
He's not trying to win every game with a single throw. He's making the right reads, trusting his teammates.
Right.
And it's translating into wins week after week.
And at the end of the day, isn't that what matters most?
Absolutely.
The wins.
The wins.
But it begs the question,
has Mahomes sacrificed some individual glory for the sake of those consistent team wins?
Yeah.
Because let's be real, his stats aren't quite as eye-popping this year, but the Chiefs are winning.
Right.
And they're winning big.
That's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the evolution we're talking about. He's made a conscious decision to prioritize winning above all else.
Yeah.
Even if it means sacrificing some of those gaudy stats.
Right.
He understands that his legacy, what he'll be remembered for, isn't going to be about how many yards he threw for.
Right.
It's going to be about championships.
And it's a sign of maturity, right?
Absolutely.
Recognizing that true greatness isn't about individual accolades.
Right.
It's about elevating the entire team.
Right.
And you know what?
Yeah.
We're seeing this trend across the league.
Across the league.
The quarterbacks who are winning Super Bowls, they're the ones who are buying into the team concept.
The team concept.
Who are putting the team's success ahead of their own personal stats.
Absolutely. They understand that football is the ultimate team sport.
It is.
And you can't win it all on your own.
Nope. You need everybody. You need all 11 guys.
On the same page.
On the same page.
Working together.
Absolutely.
Towards a common goal.
Well, all this talk about evolution and maturity.
Yeah.
It has me even more excited to see how the rest of this season plays out.
Me too.
For Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Absolutely.
You know, can this more mature, more strategic Mahomes lead into another Super Bowl?
That's the question.
I guess time will tell.
Time will tell.
But it's shaping up to be a heck of a ride.
No doubt about it.
It is.
This Chiefs team is peaking at the right time.
They are.
And with Mahomes leading the way, playing with this level of poise and understanding, they're capable of anything.
Yeah, they really are. So there you have it, folks.
That's our deep dive.
That's our deep dive into the evolution of Patrick
Mahomes.
It's been fascinating to watch him transform from a gunslinger to a true field general.
Absolutely.
It's a testament to his talent, his work ethic, and his unwavering commitment to winning.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
What do you think has Mahomes sacrificed individual glory for consistent team wins? We want to hear from you. Hit us up on social media and let us know your thoughts.
Let us know.
Until next time, keep it locked right here for more deep dives into the world of sports